Fans, we are live here at Cheap Heat Productions with Summerslam 2025 Night 1 results. And I think the story of the night is the fact that Seth Rollins returned from a supposed injury, cashed in his Money in the Bank briefcase, and defeated CM Punk in short order, who had just defeated Gunther in a decent match. The card as a whole, I would say, was rather lackluster. But before we get into the other results, I have to put over my broadcast colleague, Mr. Ryder, the Big Bad Wolf, he of Ryder's Wrestling Review, who called a Seth Rollins cash-in tonight. I was very, very skeptical, but here's the proof from several weeks ago. A group chat between myself, Mr. Ryder, and Morris Shorthall saying, notice we've never heard any word on Seth getting surgery. He's going to cash in on Punk. Call him the Amazing Kreskin or a psychic if you will, but that was not something that I was banking on. And once again, one of the reasons why Mr. Ryder is considered not only the Big Bad Wolf, but a wise wolf indeed. Yes, Seth Rollins coming out of nowhere on crutches after Punk defeated Gunther with two go-to-sleeps and teased that he was going to come back and cash in the briefcase then, but then in dramatic fashion dropped the crutches and cashed in, beat Punk with a curb stomp in very, very short order. So I would say that was by far the highlight of the night, and they'll be hard-pressed to top that tomorrow for night 2. But going into the rest of the card, Roman Reigns and Jey Uso beat Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed in a tag match. I thought that was an excellent old school throwback sort of tag match, if you will. Definitely enjoyed that one. There was some indication after the match that Braun Breaker may have been injured, but that was a post on social media. Haven't seen anything since. Hopefully he's not. The next was a very long women's tag match between Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair against Perez and Rodriguez. They teased dissension between Flair and Bliss, but they were victorious and won the women's tag team titles. Thought that one went a bit long myself. Next was the match that I came close to shutting off the entire PLV for, which was the match between Karrion Kross and Sami Zayn. Once again, Sami wins after refusing to use a lead pipe thrown into him by Scarlett. He hit the haluva kick in the corner, just like the last event, and beat Kross. Obviously, Karrion Kross, or Killer Kross, is on his way out of the WWE and hopefully on to better things where he will be used properly, because that is something I just don't understand. He's over with the crowd. He's over with the internet and still can't get a push. But his contract is allegedly up at the end of this month, so it makes sense. Next was Jane Cargill versus Tiffany Stratton for the Women's Heavyweight Championship. Stratton won that in a relatively quick match. It was fine with the moonsault. Some are saying, is the Jane Cargill experiment over? I don't think so. I just don't think she's ready yet. Then we had the much ballyhooed Randy Orton Jelly Roll versus Drew McIntyre Logan Paul extravaganza, if you will. Had a lot of problems with this. It seemed to drag on forever. The crowd was definitely out of it in many points, but there was a very excellent high spot where Paul went off the top rope and splashed with incredible height Jelly Roll on the announce table. That'll get some mainstream press, probably be on Sports Center tonight. That was definitely the highlight of the match, but then Paul eventually won with a frog splash, pinning Jelly Roll. Not a big fan of these celebrity experiments, especially when they're involved in a match to that degree. I thought also, as Morris pointed out in our group chat, Jelly Roll was telegraphing his bumps, seemed to be afraid of the bumps, which no disrespect to him. Good for him for getting in and training. But yeah, it just was something that we could have done without. And then CM Punk eventually beat Gunther for the heavyweight championship, as I mentioned at the onset. And the crowd was out of this for a very long time, almost until the end when Punk rallied. There was a spot where Gunther was on one of the announce tables. Punk, after being beaten down, Gunther was celebrating, and then Punk came and dropped him on his face. He rolled under the table, and when he came back up, his face was the proverbial crimson mask, got some serious juice. And then again, Punk won with two GTSs, held the belt for probably 2 minutes, 3 minutes. And then, of course, Seth Rollins cashed in. So that is the story of the night. We'll be back here tomorrow for night 2, which is headlined by Cena. Is he a face again? Is he not? I'm not sure. I saw the segment, kind of confused, but it'll be difficult to top this dramatic moment. And once again, let's give credit where credit is due to the big bad wolf, Mr. Ryder, for calling it a worked injury and a cash in. I certainly didn't think that. And only one of the reasons, as I said, that you have to tune in weekly for Ryder's Wrestling Review here on this channel. Thank you for watching this video. Please give it a like if you enjoyed it. Be sure to follow us on all social media platforms at Cheap Heat Productions. Don't forget to hit the notification button and you won't miss any of our upcoming interviews, recurring programs, or entertainment products. Thanks again and keep